Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of James Bond Bitcoin Live. 00119 or 119. Hashtag Chicken Little. Hopefully, all of you had a great day today. I don't know if anybody had a chance to see the Big Bang Theory. I didn't, but I'm sure as soon as it comes out on some medium in which I can watch, I'll watch it. Anyways, let me check out the note section real quick. We'll go over what I'm going to be talking about over today's live stream. All right, so I have Bond Trading View, a list of top 55 coins and tokens compared to Bitcoin percentage and all-time high. Flagged for shorts. So keep that in mind. I got that Bond Trading View set up to help you make more Bitcoin. We'll take a look at it today. It's a little bit interesting. Also in the notes section, I got the thing I'm going to be talking about just briefly. I think it was QR Burrow sent me this link. It's from pastebin.com. It's untitled, but it's basically someone who has been scouring the internet for, I guess, corrupted private keys or private keys and then sweeping them. This has kind of been known, I've known about since 2013. But apparently private keys are being derived from other hashes, Merkle tree hashes, previous transactions in the blockchain hashes. So this is going to be interesting. I'll talk a little bit about that and maybe and then also in the note section there is ICE agent cryptocurrencies increasingly used in money laundering. Well, is that surprising coming from an ICE agent? And so I'll go over that article real quick. I guess I can talk about it a little bit. And so I'll be talking about that for the most part. Of course, I'll also be going over the bond trading view, and also I'll be going over the fees, the Bitcoin fees, the mempool, and also do hopefully a chart analysis. Now, hopefully my internet will not cut out like it did last time in the previous episode. I'm having some horrible issues with my internet connection. All day, it was intermittent. Most of the day, it was non-existent. I had no internet connection whatsoever. I just got my internet connection back within an hour before the live stream. I was going to use my mobile internet connection. I don't know if that was going to go so well. So I'll try to keep my eye on the modem. I'm looking at it right now, and we'll see if it cuts in and out. So if I do all of a sudden disappear, bear with me. I'm going to have to switch over to my wireless. All right, in the note section, I got it partitioned off. Coinspectator, these are all news aggregators. CryptoPanic is also a news aggregator. Maybe some of you were going to that site today, CryptoPanic, because I'm sure everybody was panicking today. The sky is falling, everyone. The sky is falling. Also in the note section is Cryptokings, and these websites are basically news aggregators. So if you wanted to know what's going on, you can go there real quick and just get an aggregation of all these news that comes out. Some of it comes from Reddit. Some might be a tweet. Some actually a news article. All right, next in the partition in the note section, I have all the potential joke forks, hard forks, fake forks, potential hard forks, and I guess already forked coins. Bitcoin Silver, which I think I can maybe tomorrow declare a dud. Although there is a Bitcoin Silver, but this Bitcoin Silver never really happened. I might have to check out the bitcointalk.org forum just to make sure. Wouldn't surprise me if maybe some YouTuber tried to make something out of it and try to get I don't know, try to work a deal with some mining manufacturing company to create Bitcoin Silver. Of course, I have "It's Time to Stop" meme in that section as well. It's time to stop with the hard forks. And then Bitcoin Platinum, which I thought was a joke, a joke fork, like it wasn't going to happen. Then out of nowhere, the Disruptmeister, the Atommeister, makes a little post in that forum pointing to a different Bitcoin Platinum. Apparently, it's not going to be a multi-algorithm. It is maybe fair. It may be fair because they will not do a pre-mine, but the problem is in the current environment where you have ICOs and you have pre-mines and cryptocurrencies are worth so much money, it's hard to get listed on exchanges. You have to pay to get listed on exchanges. You have to pay to have wallets support your coin, um, and you have to pay people to market your coin, and you have to pay people. You have to incentivize a lot of people to market your coin and bring your coin to the masses to create a market. So without a pre-mine, it could be a little bit hard, but at least it's fair. And if it's done naturally, then I guess it may have a good shot at a long-term sustainability, maybe. Hey everyone, I'm back. Sorry about that. I knew this was going to happen. Sorry about that. So I have a backup. I have a backup to this. There we go. Sorry about that. I cut out for a little bit. I'm I'm back. I'm back. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Apologize. Hopefully you all can hear me now. Hold on here. Okay. All right. So let me continue on. My apologies. So let me get back here. Where was I? Okay, so I'm on my mobile now. My modem just crapped out on me. I hate this. Anyways, let me continue on with the show. The show must go on. Where was I? Okay. Um, all right, so I was on SegWit charts. I have a link to SegWit charts. I also have a link to Coin Codex, which is a listing platform. Live Coin Watch, which is another listing platform. Coin Gecko, which is another listing platform. All right, I'm still going. And then BitInfo Charts, which is another listing platform, a little different. It measures hashing rates, block times. Very interesting. That should really help you out. Joho's mempool statistics and Salome.io. This measures social volume as well as the price. And then Transactions Accelerator. I don't know if you need it now. I haven't checked the mempool, which I will check the mempool. And then Bitcoin Cash hash rate historical 6 months chart. So you can compare the two different hashing rates on the two blockchains. Next in the notes section, I have, can Bitcoin be replaced via multiple hard forks? James Bond interview on Crush the Street. Please check that out. I say some very interesting things. I also have a very funny voice as well for some reason. Collecting your free Bitcoin Gold coins with Coinami. That takes you to the support desk of Coinami. If you haven't already figured out how to split your Bitcoin Gold, I also made a video, how to split Bitcoin Gold BTG01. Also, I have the mnemonic code converter from Coinami. It's a recovery phrase tool. It also helps you generate new mnemonic seeds. You could actually pick how many words. I highly recommend going to the 24 words. And then you can go ahead and play around with it. Really useful site. You can actually save it to your desktop and you could generate mnemonic seeds, basically generate new wallets offline. And then I have a link to Bitcoin Gold, which I don't recommend going. The site may have a virus, will steal your Bitcoins, but if you are a victim of my Bitcoin Gold or my BTG wallet, you probably want to go up there to get an update. All right, so next in the note section, in the partition next to this is, why has ICO Index labeled BitConnect as an outright fraud? So if you're watching this video and for some reason you saw an ad for BitConnect by a person who is portraying himself to be a multimillionaire, but probably really isn't, Craig Grant or his mistress, Juliana, you might want to read this article before you put your money in BitConnect. Notice regarding high yield coins on top of BitConnect. What is BitConnect and why to distance ourselves from it? And then just to top it off, James Bond Bitcoin Live 0017. I actually interviewed 3 BitConnect users. 2 of them rage quit. 1 was stupid enough to stick around to let you know where you could find them. The fourth guest, Crypto Blood, I believe. He was just a regular guest, had no connection to BitConnect, and even he can tell that BitConnect is a scam. Uh, it's pretty much a Ponzi. Then I also had Ozzy the BS filter show up for a couple seconds, and then he left. For some reason, he still can't figure out BitConnect is a Ponzi. All right, then. All right, finally, in the last part of the notes section, I have the video theme for this video. Basically, sky is falling, Chicken Little. So that's the video theme for this video. Hashtag yes2x87. This is the meme that you're looking at. There's a link for that in the notes section, as well as the pot of gold, the Bitcoin pot of gold, and the donational address for the Bitcoin pot of gold. Please donate to it. I think I'm up to, I might be under $80 now. The price has fallen. So I'll probably need somebody to, it may be in the $70. So check the address, see how much is in there. Go ahead and donate $80 or up to $80, or I don't know, just donate and get it up to $80, and I'll give away the 8th clue to the 8th word of the mnemonic, 24-word mnemonic seed. And that way, one of you lucky winner who's smart enough can crack it. All right, so let's see who's all in the notes section. That should be it for me. Let's see who's all in the chat here. I saw 21 million club. He's always first for some reason. DD8209. Ken Bozak, how you doing? Thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for sharing this live stream. How goes it, Ken? Hiroja Shibe Space Odyssey Network. Check out her channel. She does a great video series about cryptocurrency and money. It's really fun to watch her. Very, very, very educational. And Skive, how you doing, Skive? I'm glad you made it. You should all check out Skive as well. Skive Crypto. Looks like you changed your name a little bit. And he does a wonderful, he has a wonderful YouTube channel as well. And Dual Overhead Camness, good to see you, as always. And M Rocky, I should just call you Mr. Rocky. Okay, Bitcoin Silver became a ERC20 token. Okay, well, I don't know if somebody just co-opted the Bitcoin Silver, because I wasn't sure if Bitcoin Silver was real or not. Originally, it was supposed to be, what do you call it, pre-mined with Equihash, very similar to Bitcoin Gold, except they're going to call it Bitcoin Silver. But I guess someone co-opted that and just decided to do an ERC20 on the Ethereum network. FUD Machine, how you doing? And sorry everyone for the disconnect. I knew, wouldn't you know it, just as I start my live stream, my internet goes out, but I had a backup plan. Excellent. And XQBJ Qboro. Thank you for the link to the Pastebin. I'll share that with everyone today. All right, so let's keep going here. All right, thank you for everybody in the chat. And looks like Hiroja Shibe Space Odyssey Network. I did not. You asked, did I see the White House morning meeting? No, I did not see the White House morning meeting. Did something happen? Okay, so dual overhead camness, you're saying someone made a video saying that we have to pay capital gains tax on Bitcoin gains even if you never sold any. Well, how would you do that? Maybe if you trade to a different altcoin and the difference in the price of the altcoin and how much you made, maybe that's what they were talking about. Even though you never sold it to cash, but the fact that you sold it for another cryptocurrency and then another cryptocurrency, you would have to pay capital gains tax on that, which ironically means that you would have to cash out on some of your cryptocurrency. I think maybe that may be what you're talking about, which may be the case, but that's why I don't trade altcoins. I don't trade on the exchanges. Um, I trade peer to peer, and yeah, I guess if someone's watching me, they can keep track all they want. But for me, it's just I'm in it to get more bitcoins. So, all right, so let's go on with the meme here today. The meme here is the sky. How you doing, Marty? How you doing, Marty? Good to see you in the chat. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. And of course, you got a little Bitcoin just bopped this yellow little chicken on the head, and you got everyone screaming. When I look at this meme, it reminds me of a game called Pai Gow. I don't know if anybody knows how to play Pai Gow. I have a nickname for it. I call it Chicken Feet. So I play in an interesting way. I Pai Gow is like a poker game, but it's really interesting. You have two hands. You play with two hands. Well, you play with two hands anyway, but the hands, what I'm saying is you have a 2-card hand and a 5-card hand. And so it's like playing Texas Hold'em, kinda, but there's no cards. There's no common cards, I guess, on the table. You just have the cards in your hand. So you have two-card hand, right? Where you try to get, ideally you want to get pocket pairs, pocket aces, pocket whatever on one hand, the 2-card hand, and then you have a 5-card hand where you try to get, 4 of a kind or whatever, royal flush. And the way I played it was, it's hard to win because you got to beat the 2-card hand and the 5-card hand. If you beat the 2-card hand but lose the 5-card hand, it's a push. It's what I would call chicken scratch. It's a scratch. In other words, it's a push. Nobody wins, nobody loses. And so how I usually played it was, you get, whatever, 4 or 5 people play it. You don't need much, or you get 2 people to play, and you just add into the pot, right? You add into this pot, whatever, $1 every time you play. And the whole point is that you have to win both hands. Both hands, and beats everybody, wins the whole pot. So you can imagine if you have 5 people and they put in $1 or $5 for every hand, this pot can get pretty big, and winning is hard the more the people there are. And of course, there's only so many cards in the deck. It gets kind of interesting how you want to play your hand. So I called it chicken scratch, or Pai Gow is another name for it. But some of you have not experienced a downtrend. Okay, Hiroja Shaib said, the White House morning meeting, the spokesperson stated that Homeland is monitoring Bitcoin situation. A question was asked by the press because of the price. Well, I think there's some truth to it. I do think the United States government already has been in some ways already been monitoring Bitcoin activity. There's already been undercover sting operations, quote unquote, undercover sting operations. We know that's been going on. And so, yeah, A lot of this stuff has already been going on. Um, Let me see. What else could be going on here? In the news article from CoinDesk, which I'll go over, ICE agents. I don't know how they know, but ICE agents are usually immigration, I think, and there may be human trafficking involved with Bitcoin. It would make sense. Human trafficking is very close to what I would call kidnapping. It's very close to kidnapping, and I'll try to explain why. Kidnapping, you hold someone for ransom, and you saw different times where Bitcoin was being used for ransom, right? Or even ransomware. That's another one. And so ransomware, you can definitely get you can not be in the area at all and receive a ransom, and then you know give out the code to unlock your computer. In a human ransom, you can just send out your address and then get paid and then release your hostage. And human trafficking is very similar. You come over the border, and oftentimes as they're being moved, each phase of where they're being moved to, they're being shaken down for more money. So they pay to get over the border, and then once they get over the border, they may be held hostage or quote unquote housed. They're housed, but essentially they become hostage until a family member can pay them to be released. And sometimes nobody shows. People end up paying to get over the border, and once they're over the border, nobody's there to pick them up. Nobody's there to pay the ransom, quote unquote. So they end up two situations. If you're relatively an okay looking female, you end up in the sex trade. If you're a dude, you end up basically working for free until you pay off your debt. So eventually, that's kind of what happens. Sometimes, in extreme cases, you are sold. Children are sold. I know that's a freaky thing to say, but yes, it does happen. So doesn't really have to be child exploitation. So ICE is child exploitation. Well, let's see what it is, what they are exactly. Yeah, Border Patrol is also under Homeland Security, or part of Homeland Security. I've driven on I-10 from Texas all the way to California, and you'll come across Border Patrol because you're within 100 miles of the Mexican border. Even though you're on the U.S. side and you are a U.S. citizen, they're there, and they have checkpoints. So, but yeah, we can check out ICE, see what they are. As far as I know, they have to do something with immigration enforcement. I don't know what the exact acronym is. You think it's International Child Exploitation? Maybe. I do know human trafficking. People move across the border with their children, and I know this is documented, this is real. And if for whatever reason someone does not pay for their release, well, the people who it's usually a network of crime syndicates, either street gangs affiliated with a syndicated crime organization that often will, quote unquote, house the immigrants, illegal immigrants, so to speak, and until payment and ransom is paid for their release, it's often a bait and switch. When they first start off, they come over and they pay to come over, but they soon realize you're a hostage. okay, and then you become a hostage. And then once you come over, then there's more money involved in getting you released and moving along into closer and closer where you want to be, which is typically a city, a metropolitan area. So you're out in the middle of nowhere. You have to pay again to get you closer and closer to your final destination. And when you actually get to your final destination, there's more ransom, pretty much. And if no one comes to pay for your ransom, you'll have to work it off. And like I said, if you're a female, typically you're going to be in the sex trade. If you're a male, you're going to be into forced labor. And if you're a child, you might be sold. You might be sold. All right. This is how the money's made. So it's a cruel world out there. But I'll go over that. I'll go over that. Okay. Immigration Customs Enforcement is what ICE stands for. Yeah, that's what I thought. Child exploitation. Oh, thank you, Hiroja Shive Space Odyssey Network. Immigration Customs Enforcement. And also 21 million. Thank you for letting me know as well. So ICE, baby. Oh, the names they come up with these things. All right, so I'm gonna. It looks like I got my internet back on. I'm gonna plug this in. I'm gonna see how it works out. So hold on here. Hopefully everything worked out. All right. All right. Hopefully this is the last time. I'm going to have to go on wireless because my internet connection is not working at all. Okay. All right. Now I'm back. Hopefully I'm back. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you all hear me? Hey, Patrick, I see you. Yes, I am literally dying another day. Let's see if going good. Okay, let's. All right. All right, you should be able to hear me now. Okay. Yeah. All right, excellent. I'll go ahead and continue on here. So there you go, donational address. Please scan the QR code to the Bitcoin pot of gold and donate. I think I'm 70, maybe $80. If you donate, if someone donates, I can give away the 8th clue to the 24 word recovery seed or mnemonic seed. The QR code on the right is a password encrypted private key. If you're good at cracking codes, then give it a try. I just need someone to donate so I can give away the mnemonic seed or the 8th clue to the mnemonic seed. All right. All right. So Patrick, thank you, thank you for your comments. Well, it's, you know what, I got to call the cable company, Patrick. They said they're working on the network out here, and it's been 2 days. It goes in and out, in and out. So, and Igor Goldabin, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Ooh. Anyways, there it is. Please donate. Let's have some fun. And somebody else is going to be a big winner. All right, so let's see what's next here. All right, this is the James Bond trading view. As you can see right here, trading view. And basically, this is OC or on-chain FX. You can make a customized view. This is my view, the bond trading view. This view created by James Bond Bitcoin Live. A list of top 55 coins and tokens compared to Bitcoin percentage and all-time high flagged for shorts. And so these are my new flagged area right here in this box. And I flagged it for shorts. Let's see what the Bitcoin amount is. Let me actually refresh it. So let me refresh. And you know, I think my wireless is faster than my cable, which is crazy. So there you go. And let me see here. It's refreshed. Let me check out what the Bitcoin value is here in my flagged area. Well, looks like some coins, some tokens are up higher than Bitcoin. Let's see what they are. According to this right here, the current price of Bitcoin is $10,013.20. All right, I'll be going over the Bitcoin charts. I'll be going over the mempool and the fees later on. So I'll go over this a little bit later, but let's go on to the rest of the news. All right, this is just coin market cap here. That's just part of the short list. All right, so this is Payspin. This is brought to my attention by XQBJ Qburo. Thank you, Qburo. I appreciate it. I did read this, and This, if you haven't already if you don't know about this already, it's basically somebody who was scanning the Bitcoin blockchain for vulnerabilities or exploits of private keys. He was basically using the SHA, I guess, generator, where you can use words or combination words and letters to generate a private key. And normally, how we generate our private keys is through randomness. That's random generator. How you doing, Chase That Coin? Hello. So what he was doing was basically he was using that generator for simple brain wallet phrases. Everybody already knows about that, not to use brain wallets because the phrases are just way too short, not random enough. The randomness is not enough, unlike the regular generators, the wallet generators, where it would take about 100 years to basically find your private key. You'll be dead by then. So what he was doing, he was using random words, and he found very small increments of Bitcoin. Apparently, there's some people out there putting it out like a treasure hunt. And essentially, that's what he was doing. He was treasure hunting. And then also, he decided to do some more research into it and found that there's some wallet generators or wallets or some private keys are being generated based off of uh, block transactions or block headers or Merkle headers. And I don't know if there's wallets out there that are intentionally being generating these corrupted private keys. But he mentions blockchain.info. And when I first got into Bitcoin back in 2013, there was a known blockchain.info exploit. And I have actually heard testimony from other people I've traded with tell me that they use blockchain.info wallets. They had Bitcoin in them. And then the next day, when they go and check their wallet again, it was gone. And so I know this probably it hasn't happened to me. It's probably true. I don't know why someone would lie to me. But I've never had this happen to me because I don't use blockchain.info wallets. I use paper wallets, or I use wallets that are generated from a wallet generator, like walletgenerator.net or bitaddress, I think, .net or something. The mnemonic code converter, you can use that. Something that has kind of proven itself not to be exploited or has any malware. There could be wallets out there that intentionally use maybe this exploit to corrupt a private key. And so you should be careful. Use a reputable wallet and a reputable wallet generator. Of course, we don't really know that because we don't read the code, but a lot of the wallet generators that I use are open source. So hopefully somebody else has read into it. But it could be some of these other wallets, they may corrupt a private key. And the way some of these wallets work is that they're higher deterministic wallets. Some are multi-account, higher deterministic wallets. So they just, when you send out your Bitcoins and the returning address, the change, new address, one of those address might be or might have a corrupted key, corrupted private key. Anyways, it ends up, you should read it. It's very long. But he ends up finding 9 Bitcoin. And it was from a blockchain info wallet. Yeah. So yeah, Q Bros is saying that he found a wallet generator that is not making random wallets. That's true. That's not making random wallets, and the tainted wallets are being scanned for deposits, and you can do that. I think Electrum, a lot of wallets have this feature. I know Electrum has this feature where you just put in the private key or the or the public key, the pub key, and then it will track that wallet. You can track a wallet, or you can track an actual public uh, public address. And if it hits, you'll see it right away if you're monitoring. If you have a bot, boom, you have the private key already because it's been corrupted. You should already know it, and then you sweep it into a wallet that you have. So that's what's kind of go on. That's what's going on. And he says when a deposit is noticed, a bot extracts a small amount of Bitcoin. Well, I don't know if they extract a small amount. I think they're extracting all the amount, but I think they're looking for large amounts. So there's this exploit here. If you want to read about it, is there anything wrong with the blockchain? No, there's nothing wrong with the blockchain. It's the wallet generators. So either somebody on blockchain.info is creating these corrupted private keys, or another address or another wallet generator is creating this corrupted private keys. It could be an exchange. It could be an exchange wallet. It could be any number of like closed source wallets. Who knows where it's really coming from? But somebody out there is doing this, and somebody out there is actively looking for it. So again, be careful. And again, this may be just a scare tactic because I've heard about this since 2013, but I've never had an issue. I've never had an issue. Hey, Flapping Plemis, how you doing? I see you in the chat. And so, all right, go ahead and read about it if you're interested in it. I've never had an issue like that. So, all right. So in this article here, this is coming from CoinDesk. This is ICE agent. Cryptocurrencies increasingly used in money laundering. And so now I don't know what they mean by money laundering. I'm assuming they mean money laundering as in they're taking an illicit activity, and profiting from that illicit activity is, I think, their definition of money laundering. Um, I don't know how else you could in and customs enforcement. I don't know how you can money launder because you don't need somebody. You just need an address to send Bitcoin. There may be money mules, but again, I don't know how that relates to immigration or customs enforcement. I'm assuming their idea of money laundering is that someone is profiting from an illicit activity, and hence money laundering. Read the article. It talks about child exploiters, drug smugglers, illegal firearm sellers, and intellectual property right violators. And I have a feeling that most of it has to do with drug smuggling and intellectual property rights violations. As far as illegal firearms, maybe, especially if you're talking about the Mexican border, maybe firearms. Child exploiters, I don't know. I mean, I perhaps human trafficking, but like I said, I do know that how human trafficking is done in some cases. You become essentially a hostage, You pay to be a hostage, to be trafficked over the border, and then you're basically ransomed to your freedom, unfortunately. And if no one makes that ransom for your freedom, you become you're forced into labor. And like I said, if you're a female, it's typically sex trade. If you're a male, it's typically forced labor. So you're working for free, and often while you're working for free, you're charged for housing and food. And so really you perpetually just work off a debt that's a perpetual debt, unfortunately. And so just to give you an idea. And then go ahead and read the rest of it. Let me read some of the quotes here. HSI agents are increasingly encountering virtual currency, including more recent anonymity-enhancing cryptocurrencies. In the course of their investigations, AECs, which they anonymity-enhancing cryptocurrencies, are designed to better obfuscate, sorry if I can't quite say that word, transactions, information, and are increasingly preferred by trans criminal organization. In other words, organized crime. So, okay. Nothing is too shocking for me. Of course, that would be natural. So, is it a surprise that transnational criminal organizations are using cryptocurrencies? Well, I'm surprised it took them this long to use it. Igor Igor Goldobin is asking me, who is your favorite YouTuber to troll? Well, you know, as far as having fun, not just, not to be mean or to turn anyone off, but my favorite YouTuber to troll is probably Adam Meister. Although he does some weird times where he does live streams, but he always says pound that like button, and I always tease him. I tell him to go pound his hand. That's one. What's another one? The World Crypto Network is all of them. I love trolling all of them. I think it's fun to troll people who maybe other people would consider experts. I'm not an expert by any means, but troll them. Tone Vase is another fun one to troll. Let's see. Gosh, they're all my favorites. I like them all. I am a troll. When I was interviewed on Crush the Street, they asked me like for a bio, and I put a crypto enthusiast since 2013, and then I also put a professional meme artist, or no, I put professional troll, meme artist, and crypto enthusiast, right? All in a do-it-yourself kind of video channel format, and that's what I gave to them. They changed it. They put James Bond and crypto enthusiast, do-it-yourself, something like that. They didn't put troll and meme artist in there. I was a little disappointed. I'm not ashamed to call myself a troll because trolls have a purpose. As much annoying as some of these trolls are, or they can be, but if you troll yourself, you understand another troll, right? And trolls, they keep people honest. They really do. Also, they piss off a lot of people, but if you can withstand that, that means you have a very thick skin, and you also have, I guess, a good constitution to do whatever you're doing. If you're easily dissuaded by a troll, then you're easily controllable, which then you shouldn't be. You probably shouldn't be in the cryptocurrency space. All right, so let's see else. Pound that like button. I would say just pound that hand. That's what I would say. Go pound your hand. Oh goodness. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, that's right. My favorite person to troll on YouTube. All right. My favorite person to troll on YouTube is Chris Ellis because he was the very first person I've ever really trolled. Or I think I've trolled before. I've trolled people. I didn't know it was called trolling. I thought I was trying to correct people on their mistakes, or maybe I caught them in a lie, and I wanted to know. I wanted to let them know that I caught them lying, or I think they're full of BS, right? But Chris Ellis, I have to admit, he's probably the one person I really really like, and I've ever since then I've come to like trolling Chris Ellis. I think he's on Block Digest. Yes, I often tell. I often, what do I say? I say I'm in love with Chris Ellis. That's what I say, and I love hearing his sexy voice. So thank you, Hiroja, for that. All right, so excellent. Let's go on. What's after this? I don't think there's much after this. Yeah, okay, pretty much that's it. The sky is falling. So if you all haven't experienced your first ever like downfall or collapse, um, I would say relax. Like if it drops 80% and it goes down around 20, I mean 2,000, um, a year ago. I mean, if you bought like in January of this year, 2017, still this year, it was $1,000. And if it drops down to 2,000, you're still up. All right, you're still up 100%. You're still up 100%. So how bad can that be, right? How bad can that be? So is it going to be? Is it that bad? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I don't think it's that bad at all. Uh, Considering it's 1,100 and it dropped down to what 900, 9,000, I think was the lowest recent low. Um, that's not that bad. You're still up a lot. Stop freaking out. Now, maybe some people who bought at the top are freaking out, and I don't blame them. If you can sell, you're just going to take a loss, and then you'll buy back in at a higher price. Just hold on to it, and if it takes 3 years for that amount that you bought in, it's worth it because 3 years later, it'll be worth, it'll probably worth like $100,000. You know, when I got in, the price was $1,000. Although I did end up selling them because I got onto local Bitcoins. That's when I started doing peer-to-peer trades. So when you do peer-to-peer trades, it's a different ball game. The point is to sell. Literally, the point is to buy and then to sell your Bitcoins, and then to buy back in with the money you made, getting more Bitcoins. It's a different ball game. Um, you get to a point where you're not trying to beat the market or play the market. You're participating in the market. You're a participant in the market, and you'll get sell signals when people come to you asking to buy Bitcoin. That's your sell signal. Your buy signal is when you no longer have any Bitcoin or you start getting low on your Bitcoin. Your buy signal, that's your buy signal. I'm getting lower in the amount of Bitcoin I have. It's time for me to buy back in. And so if you do that on a downtrending market, what ends up happening is you end up with a lot more Bitcoin. A lot more Bitcoin. A lot more Bitcoin. Okay. And then eventually what happens as the price starts going up, even though you are still selling your Bitcoin, you don't have to buy back in, right? Because you've been essentially average cost buying or dollar cost averaging, but you had to work for it. You burned energy. And this concept, I'm going to get into some ideas here. When you start trading, you really, in essence, become a miner. You are a physical manifestation of a miner. Like when you buy a mining rig and you set up the software for the miner, the software says you have a miner, have him go work. You got a miner working. Well, that's in the software. That's in the computer, right? Well, in the physical world, the physical manifestation of a mining rig and a miner is the physical manifestation is you become the miner. All right, and the mining rig is, believe it or not, I guess you could say it could be cash, or it could be your labor, or it could be whatever you're using to get more Bitcoins. All right. And so that's the mining rig. If you want to really say a mining rig, you want to get really out there, setting up an entity or a corporation could be considered a mining rig. And then you are the worker, or you're the miner that works the mining rig. So in that sense, you do work, you put effort into it, you burn energy. Okay. And if you haven't noticed, as the price goes up higher, what's happening is you're getting less and less Bitcoin. If you're a trader, right, a peer-to-peer trader, and the price goes up, you're getting less. You're getting less and less Bitcoin as a reward. That's true. That's what's happening. And so at some point, as the price goes down, and you're trading away peer-to-peer, and if you buy back in, don't pocket the money. You buy back in, you'll get more Bitcoin. And eventually the market will tell you, or your reward is the Bitcoins that you have, you'll gain a lot more Bitcoins. But when the price goes up, even though you sell your Bitcoin, it's worth a lot more. And you don't have to buy back in again when the price goes up. You could literally have the same amount of Bitcoin for like a year or 2 years, or work off that same I don't know, a lot of Bitcoins that you bought like 2 or 3 years ago as the price is going up, and you have no risk. You got all your money back. The amount of Bitcoin that you do have is now risk-free, and that's why people who trade peer-to-peer or who have bought a long time ago, they've already gotten their money back. They're not running around with their chicken, like a yellow belly little chicken running around saying the sky's falling, the sky's falling. So that's kind of what's happening here. Anyways, let me go on to the chart here. Okay, so let's go on to on-chain FX. Let's take a look at the markets here. Okay. Eventually, I'll get to a chart analysis. I'll get to the fees. I'll get to the mempool. We'll take a look at all that. All right. So let's see here. Ethereum. So I'm looking right here at this box. And I'm going to go over the list again. Maybe not too much. Ethereum is here. Let me look at it in Bitcoin. Okay, so Ethereum has gone up, right? And the 24-hour period. Dash is second. Dash has gone up a lot. Dash has done wonderful. And here's what I think why. Okay, so as the price of Bitcoin went up, all the other altcoins went up. Eventually, people dumped their altcoins for Bitcoin and may have gone into Tether after dumping their Bitcoin, which is the reason why the Bitcoin price dumped from 1,100 down to whatever 9,000. People are for some reason going into Tether. And matter of fact, let's take a look at Tether. Let me see. Let's have a look at livewatch.com. I'm still running live. I still am. Okay, let's see here. Your IRS at the door. Qboro. Maybe IRS at the door. But if you're doing this like, if you're doing this like peer-to-peer, how would they know? And if all your gains are in Bitcoin, like what are you gonna do? You haven't a car, you're not you're not you haven't bought a new house. Fortunately, I already own a house. I don't have to worry about buying a new house. These are things that this is the kind of stuff that you do who are going vacations, buying, or maybe leasing BMWs, or buying Lambos, or buying houses, or this other nonsense. I really doubt any of these. To avoid any tax liability, you cannot use your Bitcoin. Period. You can't sell your Bitcoin. Period. And so it doesn't matter how many Bitcoins you have. All right, you can't use them if you don't plan on any taxes. At some point you will, and most likely what's probably going to happen is that hey, Merch Studios, how you doing? In Crypto, welcome to the chat. What's most likely, people will live what seems to be a very poor life because they're not in the banking system anymore. If they're into Bitcoin, or if they're into cryptocurrencies, they're not into any of that stuff. They don't even file for tax returns because they don't really have a job. Most likely will not have a job, or have not worked, or they don't fill out W-10s, W-20s, 1044s, or whatever. They don't report anything. Okay. How you doing, free Skillshare Media? So they don't report anything to begin with, and they probably don't even file taxes to begin with. And if they do file taxes, they probably file taxes based on if they do work, based on their reported income, right? And so all this other stuff, it's and you can't report it. And here's the other issue is I paid someone because my previous tax preparer, right? My previous tax preparer refused to do my taxes after I told him that I got into Bitcoin. Now I'm trading Bitcoin. They told me, we can't do your taxes anymore. You have to find somebody else. So I found someone else, and I paid him money, and he never did my taxes. Right? He hasn't literally done my taxes, and I already paid him. This is the problem here. Like, nobody knows to file in earnings, and if you try to, uh, nobody knows how to do it, and nobody will will tell you. So that's my take on. Most likely, these people who are cryptocurrency users probably don't make enough reported income, and mostly what's going to happen is when they're retired, they are no longer working, or they don't have a job. They're going to cryptocurrencies, and you can trade them, you can use them, you can trade them for cash and then use the cash. You can use them, right? You can, whatever, buy a plane ticket. Perhaps I wouldn't buy a car because car, right? But again, you could buy a car from some peer, right? It brings transactions and commerce back down to level, a person-to-person level. That's what it does, in my opinion. It goes to you, and also David L. Let me see here. What are you all saying in the chat? Penis if it's not 1 million per Bitcoin by 2020. Yeah, he's made other like outlandish comments like that, and he's reneged on what to do. So people who make outlandish comments like that, just ignore them. They're attention seekers, and why anybody would pay attention to John McAfee is beyond me. Yeah, I used to have Coinbase too, merch studios, and I stopped using them when I bought like 1,000. Maybe it was $1,000 or $4,000 worth of Bitcoin back in, I think, 2015. Maybe even 2015, or I think it was more 2015. And that's when they had a weekly waiting period. Like, I had to wait a week, and I waited a week, and then they canceled my order because the price of Bitcoin went up. The price of Bitcoin went up like $500. So I waited a week. I bought at the bottom. The price went up $500 a week later, and then they canceled my order. So after that, I stopped using them, and then they wouldn't let me even cash out. I took some Bitcoin, and I sold it. And here's the thing: I sold it at a higher price, and then a week later, the price was lower. The price of Bitcoin was lower a week later, like quite a bit. And they canceled. No, what happened was the bank refused the transfer. So it went back to Coinbase, and I never sold my coins, and the price of Bitcoin was lower. So after that, I just completely stopped using them. They're useless, in my opinion. Let me see here. Yeah, John McAfee is, I don't know. He doesn't have too much time to live, people. Okay, he may have at most another 5 to 10 years of of meaningful life. So he doesn't have that much time to live. He'll say anything and do anything at this point. Money. So I stop. I would definitely not listen to John McAfee. I wouldn't take him seriously at all. So, anyways, where was I? Oh man, I did a lot of talking there. Okay, let's take a look at at Ethereum. Let's just take a look at the week. Okay, at a weekly. All right. Um, Even if we took a weekly period, like Bitcoin is up 22%. So Dash is up 40%. So that's not bad. That's pretty good. Cardano, I don't know why Cardano is up, but Cardano's up percent. So let's just take a look. Cardano, Litecoin is up there as well. Let me move this around here. So, anyways, let's see. Litecoin's on my list. So Ethereum is on top of the list. Dash, Stellar Lumens is still up there on top of my priority list. Litecoin is up there. Cardano is up there. EOS, Monero, IOTA, Decred, Salt. So Merch. Okay, Merch Studios. Are you asking? Are you buying Bitcoin with cash in person on local Bitcoins? No, I'm not. What I do is everything. I don't use local Bitcoins anymore either. And what I try to do is I try to find peer-to-peer trades. I use Mycelium. Mycelium has a peer-to-peer market platform where you can advertise, and you can put your contact number or a way to contact you. You can also be contacted through the Mycelium app itself, and sometimes I get people contacting me that way. The individuals. Sometimes I'll find a seller who somehow managed to get Bitcoin all the time, and they're looking for buyers all the time. I also made many contacts as well, and so I just have to hit them up to see if they're interested in buying contacts. If they're interested in selling, or sometimes they'll help me. That they hit me up and want to know if I'm buying. I'm always looking for new sources too, because sometimes when liquidity dries out, it's hard to find people who can sell to you when you need Bitcoins in a hurry. Sometimes the market dries up. I gotta admit that. Let me see, what else is there. There is a new Bitcoin ATM in my area. Okay, yeah, there's one. A couple episodes, I actually took a picture of a Bitcoin ATM. The price of Bitcoin was like $8,200, and their price was 9,000. So they're 10%. So Bitcoin ATMs are like 10% above market price. And if they buy, it depends. If they bought in at the top of the market, they're probably not selling any Bitcoin now, because that would mean they're taking a loss. So ATMs are all right. The one I went to wanted your identification right off the bat. I don't like that. It's just, after a while you've been in this trade long enough. Um, Anything that uses your ID is a risk. Not only from maybe the IRS, but also from hackers. People, you know, your ID and your information is worth money for sale over the darknet markets. I know that local Bitcoins accounts were being sold to scammers. That has happened. Mycelium is, I believe, only on Android. I think you need an Android. BitShares Exchange. I don't even know what BitShares Exchange is. I'm assuming a lot of people use BitShares to like I wouldn't say money laundering, but laundering their coins. And I thought BitShares was like pegged to $1, but it's not. So I don't deal with any other altcoins. I just deal with Bitcoin. Anyways, let me get back to this here. Salt here. This is Salt. That's on my list, a little bit on the bottom. Ardor is still here. Ethereum Classic has moved down towards the bottom of my priority list. And then Mona coin, although it's up, it's gone down. And Pivx is down. ARC and library credits. As you notice, Populous is not on my list anymore, and neither is, gosh, what was the other one? Vertcoin. Vertcoin is not on my list anymore. So until something happens, until my proprietary formula and trading bot, I don't have a trading bot, but if my trading bot tells me to put them on the flagged shorts again, that's when I'll do that. So, okay. So let's take a look at the weekly one here. Dash is doing good. I suspect this is what's happening with Dash, is that after the pump of Bitcoin and everyone sold their Bitcoin and probably got into Tether, now they're using Tether to preserve the value, and then the Tethers are now being pumped into probably Dash and most likely Litecoin and maybe some Ethereum, and probably some of these other obscure altcoins too, like Cardano, Stellar Lumens, you know, things like that. Like, let me just take a look at a 24-hour period. Which one's pumping? Dash is pumping in a 24-hour period. Cardano, Neo. People are probably putting money back into Neo. And so what you're getting is you're getting this hot air just being pushed around. And eventually people go into Tether because they feel like it's backed 1-to-1. Now it is. And then they're using the Tethers to go back into these altcoins. So Tethers really are backed by altcoins for the most part. There's some truth to that. So they're going back. People are going back into altcoins, certain altcoins, not all. I could tell by just in the 24-hour period, Cardano, and then Neo, as well as Stellar, and then what other coins? Maybe Lisk a little bit, not so much. But what else? Monacoin in a 24-hour period. Anything that's up, you could tell that probably most likely Tethers were used to purchase these altcoins. So Tethers, Mona coins is up in the 24-hour period. Golem, people have going back to Golem. Power Ledger, whether Pivx, people are going back into Pivx. They're dumping out of Bitcoin into probably Tether, and then going back into Tether, and then going back into an altcoin again, Pivx and Salt. Salt is another one, obviously. That's why you see the Bitcoin going down, but these altcoins are going up because people are taking probably Tethers. You can't buy any US dollars with these, but they're probably using Tethers to, you know, go into these altcoins now that these altcoins are down as well. So Walton Coins, another one. You know, people just chase coins all the fucking time. That's all they do. So there's only a certain amount, and you could tell by the ones because they're moving only. If you just look in a 24-hour period, those are the ones that are being moved. Money's being moved into. So you know, Dash is probably one of them. But if you could just compare on the percentage and fiat currency value, so price of Bitcoin going down, fiat currency, um, or not fiat currency, but these other tokens are being bought up, really means they've made Bitcoin. All right. So I mean, we could take a quick look at Dash real quick. So let's take a look at Dash. Let's go and take a look at this real quick. Crypto Nodder, you think Vert is going to make it back on my list again in the near future? Temporarily? They might. I mean, they if they get another pump, they'll go back on my list because you know my list is to basically dump on the altcoins, get you more Bitcoin. Let me see, 2017. We'll just go back to 2017, and it's going to be 11, and then we're going to go up to the 28th. Tether is $1.44 now. Wow, something's wrong with that. Something is wrong. So okay, so Dash, the value of your Bitcoin, you're gonna get more Bitcoins if you have Dash right now. So if if you want to, I mean, you can ride out the Dash wave, but if you want to, you can make more Bitcoins with Dash. So keep an eye out on Dash. So let me look up Tether right now. What's going on with Tether? Cotter. Sorry, Crypto Cotter. Not Nodder, Cotter. That K makes, you know, some reason I see that K and I'm thinking of an N like knife. So you know that's why I call him Nodder. And you know, like Knott's Berry Farm as well. Knott's Berry Farm starts with a K, but it's the KN, I believe, or maybe it starts with an N. I'm not sure. Let me see here. It's still $1. It hasn't moved. It's not worth 144. Yeah, it's never been $1.44. So I don't know where you're seeing that 21 million club. Tether is 144. On what exchange? Okay. All right. So let's take a look at Dash, and then let's take a look at Cardano. Cardano is definitely one here. ADA. I don't know what is up with Cardano. Let's go here. Let's take a look at Cardano charts on since the 28th. it looks like the Bitcoin value. If you look at the orange, if you look at the orange here, the orange line, which is the Bitcoin value, versus the green line, which is U.S. dollar value, um, it looks like Bitcoin value is going up. So this is probably another one worth to watching. If you could time the market right, you'll get more Bitcoins out of it. That's for sure. Crypto Cotter, welcome back, Cotter man. Welcome back, Mr. Carter. Okay, I'll try to remember that when I see your name. Welcome back, Mr. Cotter. God, that is an old '70s show. I think I was like a little kid when I saw that. You don't see those shows anymore. Wasn't John Travolta in Welcome Back, Mr. Carter? John Travolta, my gosh, the young John Travolta. Yeah, Merch Studios. They still do. I believe Merch Studios says, "I thought Knott's Berry Farm sold jams and jellies. They're an amusement park in California." Haha. They still do sell jams and jellies. They sell them in the park, but they're also an amusement park now. Yeah, it's hilarious. Let's see here. What other coin is is pumping right now? That's going Neo. In a 24-hour period, while the price of Bitcoin's going down, Neo is up, and Neo is also up for the week. I'll take a look at Neo real quick because this is catching my eye. When you see it up on a 24 and the 7-day, it could be a trend. I'll take a look at it. Let's take a look at it real quick. Oh, Neo. If there's a way you could see, if there's more Bitcoin that you can make out of Neo, I think it's worth looking at. Let's take a look at it. And I'm just going to look at the last since the 28th. Yeah, Hiroja Shive Space Odyssey Network says yes. I guess you're talking about John Travolta. He was on the show. It was how he got his start. So wow, back brings back memories. Okay, so I'm looking at Neo, and it looks like the price of Bitcoin, the Bitcoin value is going up with Neo. So there may be an opportunity for you to get more Bitcoins trading Neo, if that's what you're into. I mean, if the problem is, if I'm into Bitcoin, I wouldn't be trading any altcoins. I would literally just buy Bitcoin. Hold on, let me check my. Okay, I would just literally be buying Bitcoin. I wouldn't even bother with an altcoin. But some people are, they they think they can beat the market for some reason, and I would have to say good luck. So. Anyways, so there's another one worth looking at. One here that has moved up in 21st. So Stellar's on my list, and if you look at the live coin watch, you'll see the 24-hour period has gone up in US dollar value, as well as the 7-day period. 24-hour period is like 5% it's up, and then the 7-day is 82%. So Stellar Lumens, this one's STR. Let's see what uh, what this one here, STST, Stellar Lumens. Okay, XLM. Ticker symbol is XLM, but for some reason on live CoinWatch it's STR. Okay, right now it's up, down, up only 2.5%, but still. Let's have a look at the last 3 days. All right, have a good one, Hiroja Saib, Space Odyssey Network. Nice to see you here. All right, you want me to see in the live coin watch in the dark mode? I'll do that. I'm looking at stellar lumens, and it's the Bitcoin value seems like it would like be worth more, but it's not actually. If you look at the last 3 days, it's not as worth as it was before. Even though the price of Bitcoin's gone down and stellar lumens has gone up, it's not really it's really not appealing for me when I look at this chart. I would have much preferred to buy right here. I would have sold my lumens and got Bitcoins here than trying to get my Bitcoins right here. So, all right, let me take a look at it. If you want me to change it to dark, I think I can. There you go. Is that better for you? Okay. I'll go ahead and give that a try. All right, what's another coin? Stellar Lumens. Lisk is not one because for the week, it's down even though it's up for 24 hours. Let's see, where's another one? Stratus, not really. Monocoin, okay, Monocoin's one, and Monocoin is on my short list. 24-hour periods up 5%. For the week, up 64% in fiat value. Let's see how that turns out. Mona. There we go. All right, Monocoin. Yeah, it looks like the Bitcoin value is trending up. It's like 64,000 satoshis around there. But it would have been really better to buy your Bitcoin or sell your Monocoin right here at this point. That's how you're going to get a lot more Bitcoin. You're going to get 80,000 satoshis versus 64,000 satoshis. But you know, that's probably why it's a little bit lower on my priority. Let me see. A little bit lower on my priority, like right. Yeah, Monocoin's down here on the bottom. A little bit lower on my priority here. Okay, what's another one that Arc was on my list, my short list here. It's up 1 hour. It's up 2.5 or 2.2% on the 24-hour and up 7% on the 7-day. We'll take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. Arc. All right, let's take a look at it on since the 28th, last 3 days. Well, it's starting to trend upwards. At least the Bitcoin value is starting to trend upwards. But again, it's one of these coins. It's ARK. Where is ARK on my priority list here? ARK is on the bottom of my priority list. So yeah, ARK is on the bottom of my priority list. It would have been better if you bought your Bitcoins here or you sold your ARK at at the at the, at the 3 days ago than it is now. Let me check out Litecoin. Litecoin was on the top of my list. LTC. See how Litecoin's doing, although it's been down. Oh, yeah. Yeah, your Bitcoin value, but your price of Litecoin's going up. Yeah, you're not going to get as much Bitcoins out of some of these coins like you did before. Seems like Dash, Cardano, and I don't know what was it. There was a third one. As it seems to be the Bitcoin is trending up. Bitcoin value is trending up, which those are probably the coins that you want because you eventually want to dump those and get as much more Bitcoin as you possibly can. But even Litecoin is trending down. Price is going up, but Bitcoin value kind of been trending downwards. As you can see, the yellow line is just higher on the left, lower on the right. So, but you probably want to watch out for it if you do have any Litecoin. Take another look here. All right, Pivx. Pivx was on my list here. It's gone up 10% in the last 24 hours, 32%, but it's on the bottom of my list. Let me see what other coins. Okay, I'll just take a look at Pivx and I'll move on to Bitcoin. Yeah, this chart doesn't look so good. All right, let's take a look here. It's slowly turning upwards. The best time to dump your Pivx was right here, November 28th, actually. Best time. After that, it's just been a slow death of your Bitcoin value, as well as your fiat value. So it's had its pump. It's gone now. So that's it for that. No, crypto, Cotter. I agree with you. It's if you look at the overall trend of Litecoin, let's take a look at Litecoin one more time. Litecoin trending down. If you just look at the overall, it does trend down. I mean, if you just look at this chart, and if you look at it's slowly just going down. So I think over time Bitcoin will outperform Litecoin, and because of that, the value of Litecoin versus Bitcoin, you're just not going to get that. Bitcoin value is just going to slowly whittle down, unfortunately. Litecoin needs a lot of support. It's probably the closest thing to really, having a chance complementing Bitcoin. But even then, it really needs a lot of support. It needs a lot more merchant adoption right now. Bitcoin in that area. Everything that Litecoin wants to do, Bitcoin's already dominated. It may be faster only because I think the network's not being used as much. It has shorter transaction times or block times, but again, you need a massive amount of users, and it's always been touted as something that it's being used in China. But so far, I have seen no evidence that the Chinese people are using Litecoin whatsoever. So it seems to be contrary to a lot of what Charlie Lee has been saying. So, anyways, let's go on to. I think that's it. That's it. That's all I got. All I got. So we can move on. We can finally move on to like uh, the mempool transactions. Where do I want to go? I want to go to Joho's. All right. So here we are on Joho's mempool statistics, and it looks like there we go. All right. So here we go. Let's take a look at the mempool statistics here. This is unconfirmed transaction count in the mempool, and it looks like you want to be like right here in this area or above this area, because everything else is just being built on top of that as far as transactions in the mempool. And so what is that? That is above the green. It's 50 to 60 satoshis per byte. So right now I know when I do my live streams, they're during late at night here in North America. So uh, it seems like a lot of the activity is happening in North America. All right, because if you look at the times right here, these activities are during basically, which looks like to me, end of end of definitely end of European time, partially half like afternoon of the UK time, and then beginning time around the New York 10 o'clock. And if you've done for currency trading, the time the time that things kind of get active is kind of during that time. All right, so you got probably Europe and parts of the UK, and then parts of the US, New York specifically, um, starting to activate or starting to be active in their transfers. But if you look at this, it literally goes to 2 p.m. This is 2 p.m. probably New York time. So 2 p.m. New York time is the peak time in which the transaction volumes are, and that peaks out at 90,000 transactions. If you think about that's 1, 2, 3, 30,000 transactions actually from above the baseline of 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 this right here. So from if I count from here to the top here, that's 1, 2, 3, 35,000 transactions by 2 o'clock above this greenish baseline right here. So that's activity in North America, as far as I'm concerned. That's activity in North America. So, but right now, if you did a transaction, now keep in mind, I'm where am I? I'm at 12, almost 1 o'clock New York time. I think 1:30 New York time. Um, your transactions, satoshis per byte would be above 60, if you 60 satoshis per byte. So if you were 60 satoshis per byte, you would get your transactions in the block. So, all right. So let's go to bit earn fees actually .earn.com. All right. So pretty much like I was almost saying, 50, anything above 60 satoshis per byte will probably get you into the next block. Looks like the main of it is right around here, around I would say 100, 120 satoshis per byte to almost 200 satoshis per byte is the bulk of the transactions. What I think right now, again, I do my live streams all, like I start at 11:30 New York time, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. So if you started doing your transactions during that time, you could probably be in this range here, about 70 to 110 satoshis per byte. Probably get your transactions in the next block. Let me see what the average is. 180 satoshis per byte is the fastest and cheapest transaction. 40,000 40,680 satoshis. So there we go. All right, let's finally get to the Bitcoin chart. Okay, there we go, people. There's that long-term trend line. Looks like the price is $9,673.79 on Bitstamp, and it's pretty much almost the same on Bitfinex. I'm a little surprised. Hour. All right, let's take a look at the hour. Let's see what we can look at from the hourly. Oh, man, that looks ugly. That looks like it's going to be, okay, my original line, let me see what I put. My original line was from here to here. Okay. And so it's definitely gone lower. Strong. It doesn't look that strong. I'm going to have to put a line in here and see if it can break. Right now, this is trending down. It is trending down. I can't get a confirmation whether it will continue to trend down until we get more movement. But what I can see right here, just in this, is it is in a, let me see, one, 2, 3, 4. So it's in its fourth wave. So you start from here, 0, then 1, and then 2, and then 3, 4. So it's at the fourth wave, I guess I can call it. And then if it's going to have a fifth wave, it should be lower. it should go down lower, or one jab lower. Sometimes it'll get violent and maybe even just go really low. But you can see that this is the high, a lower, a higher low, and then a lower low. And then you got also, looks like potentially another lower high. I'm sorry. So this is the high, lower low, lower low, and then a lower high, potential lower high. We don't know until it gets confirmed. But just the fact that you have that kind of pattern, that is a downtrending, that is a short-term downtrend, obviously. So the question is it going to continue down further, and how much further? So let's go back into the 12-hour and see if we can take a guess how much further. Let me see the support. There's a support here, which is at 8,400. Another option is right here at 8,800. Here at 8,800. Where would 8,800 be? 8,800 would be right. Okay, 8,800 would be somewhere right about here. Let me see if I could just put in a line at 8,800. There we go. So 8,800 would be right about there, which is slightly lower than this. So, I mean, it's not much lower. Like, look how low this is, and then look how low this is. It's not that much lower. So going to 8,800 right here. Let me take out the last two lines. So for this to drop at 8,800, it makes sense. It's definitely plausible. Oh goodness. DD DD8209 says, "Come on, everyone knows Bitcoin is really worth 2K." Yeah, it could be. It could be worth 2K. I mean, it can definitely go down to 2K. If that's the case, I mean, if that's how some people feel, then you should sell all your Bitcoin now, enjoy your profits, and then just wait for 2K to happen, and then buy back in, right? And then go through the whole process again, go through the whole roller coaster ride, and then sell back up at the top, and then buy back at the bottom. Yes, Crypto Nutter, the fifth wave is usually more violent. That is true. The fifth wave is more violent. So, but sometimes the fifth wave is not all the time, but usually it is. So there's another reason why it can go to 8,300, which I think is on the 12-hour, which is right about here. So, but let me remove some of these lines, and then we'll take a look at we'll move that line as well. We'll just take a look at the moving average, and looking at the moving average, the spot price is below the short-term moving average. And if the spot price is below the short-term moving average, it looks like it is going to go down. And there's a support here at 88, and then possibly at 8,300. So those are your two options right there. Other than that, I mean, worst case scenario, you're looking at 7,000, only going down to 7,000, or hitting back to 7,000. We'll see if it supports, if there's a support there. So look at the 1 day. So 1 day, totally different story, isn't it? 1 day, the spot price is still above. The spot price is still above the moving average. So as long as the spot price is above the moving average, it's still trending up. This is on a 1-day Bitstamp. So there's that, and then let's take a look at the 3-day. Okay, it's unfortunately this candle has turned this candlestick has turned red, but it's still above this moving average. Let me see, where is this moving average right here? The short-term moving average. It's at 8,600, somewhere around there, 8,600. But if you look at it, it's still trending up. It's still up, still up. So don't sell yourself too short or too early, because you might miss out. Or you can try to catch the bottom. Weekly, the candlestick is still green with a very large wick, and then a very large gap as well from the moving average. So we still have what it's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So 3 more days until another candlestick is made. We'll see what it looks like. If it's going to be red, or if it's going to start turning red, then probably expect to hit this moving average, which is right around 7,600, somewhere right there, 7,600. And then you have this long-term trend line, which is at 7,000. So those are some areas of support. Other than that, you're looking at this moving average, which is at around 5,000. But overall, I mean, if you look at this chart, we're still up a lot, quite a bit. Anyways, I'm probably going to conclude this episode here. Thank you for everybody who stuck around. Let's see who stuck around. And sorry for the inconvenience of my internet connection. I'm going to try to work on that. It always seems to, I don't know. It's just an issue, whatever issue that is. So Cryptocotter, hopefully I said that right. Cryptocotter DD8209. Thank you for being in the chat and sticking around this long. Hiroja Shive Space Odyssey Network, Merch Studios as well, and Dual Overhead Camness, 21 Million Club. Let's see who else stuck around. Igor Goldabin. ATB. I know Igor Goldabin, sorry, I just caught your, ever heard of ATB? I probably will never even look it up. Q Burrow, thanks for stopping in. Free Skillshare Media, as well as David L. Thanks for stopping by here and being in the chat room. Really appreciate everybody. And Fud Machine and Patrick. Let's see who else. Oh, Chase That Coin, Flapping Plemis. Let's see who else is up in here. Ken Bozak stopped in for just a little bit, of course. Marty Wilkinson, thanks. And M. Rocky as well. M. Rocky and Skive. Thank you, Skive. All right, that's going to conclude this episode here. Thank you for everyone staying in the chat and chatting it up. It's always fun to be here with you guys. So feel free to like, and don't remember, I'm sorry, not don't remember. And remember, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Don't be the yellow little chicken, all right? Just stick with it. I think everything's going to be fine. Even if the price is going down, it's an opportunity to buy Bitcoin at a cheaper price. That's what I've learned from the last market crash. And if you stick it out, if you're willing to stick with it, and it'll get easier because everybody will leave and you'll have all the Bitcoins for yourself. The next wave that comes up, you'll be way richer. you'll be way, way richer. If anything I've learned is to hoard your Bitcoin when everyone is selling. Buy the Bitcoins when everyone is selling and keep buying them average dollar cost average. And as soon as you see the trend turning, buy as much as you can, and then you don't have to then stop buying and just let's see what happens. And if it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up, you'll be richer than you were the last time. I'm pretty sure, because I'm definitely richer than I was the last time I got into Bitcoin. Like, dislike, what else? Leave a comment after the live stream, or even do a video response. Until next time, everyone. Stay tuned. Bye bye.